Do you know how to classify and identify solid figures? Let's take a look at some solid figures out there in the real world and how to best classify them. This is one of the most common solid figures. It is called a cube, but a more formal way to refer to it is as a prism. A prism has faces that are quadrilaterals, and it has two bases. So here you can see that the base on top is a square, and the base under here that you can't see is also a square. A cube is a type of a prism. Let's look at some other prisms. Here's a rectangular prism. Notice that the faces here and here and in the back and on the side are rectangles. The top base and the bottom base are also rectangles. This is a rectangular prism. Now this is a hexagonal prism. Now notice that the faces are rectangles. Here, here, and all the way around. But the bases are hexagons. So the hexagon gives it the name of a hexagonal prism. Here's a triangular prism. Notice again that the two bases, here and here, are triangles, while the faces are rectangles. Take a look at this one. It's a pentagonal prism. Now besides prisms, we can also have another type of a solid figure called a pyramid. Here's probably one of the most common pictures of a pyramid. Notice that a pyramid has one vertex at the top, and it has triangular sides that meet at a base. While we can only see two sides of this pyramid, you can imagine that this pyramid is actually a square pyramid because the base is a square. Again, the base gives the name for the type of pyramid that it is, but this singular vertex gives us a big hint that we're talking about a pyramid. Let's look at some others. Here's another view of a square pyramid, and this one was clearly made by paper. Again, you can see the singular vertex here, and you can see that the base shape is a square. And here's a drawing of a triangular pyramid. Again, you see the vertex here, but right here, here, and here, you see the triangular base. Now let's talk about cones. The most common type of cone is this one. Yum! Everybody likes ice cream. But let's think about what characteristics describe a cone. First, it has a circular top, and then it has a single vertex. This is how we can describe a cone. Let's look at some others. A birthday hat is a cone. Here's a geometric cone. And here's a geometric cone where you can see the circular base and the singular vertex. How about cylinders? Here's a cylinder. Notice that a cylinder has two circular bases, one here and one underneath here, and then it has this side. The side is actually a rectangle that is wrapped around the circles. Cylinders are very common in everyday life as well. We could have cylinders of sand. We could have cylinders that hold food or liquid. We could even have cylinders where we store trash. What about a sphere? Spheres are all around us in the world. But let's think about the characteristics of a sphere. A sphere has a center point, and then points along the edge of it are equidistant from the center point. And they're equidistant from the front, from the back, from the sides, from the top. It is a three-dimensional creation, and a sphere describes as all the points at the edges of the whole sphere are equidistant from this center. Again, because a sphere is circular in nature and has a diameter, it's also going to have a radius. that we're going to use when we measure. Marbles are spheres. Balls are spheres. Even our Earth is a sphere. Solid figures can be found everywhere in real life.